Good evening guys, and welcome back to my channel. So this is my February payday routine and monthly roundup for February. And if you haven't been here before, my name is Sharon. I am 62 years old, and 2 years ago my circumstances changed and they were not for the better financially. I moved into this rented property and started out with virtually nothing. And yeah, I work, but I'm not on a huge income, probably just pence over the minimum wage, and I have rent to pay and all of the other bills that everybody else has to pay basically. So I do have to live my life on a very tight budget and a low income. So let's get started. So payday routine. So first of all, looked at all my fixed expenses, and I tend to leave the fixed expense money in my current account. That's where direct debits or standing orders for my rent, for example, all come out of there. So that's where I leave my money, in my main current account for those particular bills. The two Sky bills, because I've got Sky for everything in this house. So when I moved in, if you've seen my home on a budget tours, you will know that I said I did have a furniture sinking fund. I had been saving up money, thinking about my future and thinking about moving out. And I just thought if I don't move out, I would just decorate a room at home. But as it was, I moved out. I bought a new sofa, coffee table, bed frame and mattress. I did not have enough for a TV. So I have got a Sky Glass TV. I have got the minimum Sky TV package. So that's one of my bills. And then the other Sky bill is my broadband and phone line. So I have two Sky bills, which are a fixed amount, but I did get an email from Sky saying both of those are going up in April, and that's going to be £7 over the two bills. One's going up £3, one's going up £4. I also noticed that my TV licence has gone up. Last year I was paying £13.25 a month, and this year I've paid £15 in January. So what that's quite all about, I don't know if that's gone up. And then my variable bills, so my energy, so I phoned up and paid my gas and electric for the month. I have phoned up and paid my mobile phone bill, which I thought I had written down the price of somewhere. Sure I did, I meant to, but it was astronomical and I was not happy at all. My mobile phone bill, £65 something it was. And that's just got me thinking that I cannot wait until May when my contract is up. And I've done this in the past. So when my contract has been up, if my phone's still been in good working order, I have kept the phone. I phoned the provider and said, my contract's up now, so I want to be SIM only. How much is that going to be? And when I did this before, I was paying £20 a month for about a year, until the phone before this particular phone, what happened was the microphone went on it. And it meant that I couldn't make phone calls. So I had to upgrade and get a new phone, tragically. So I intend to do exactly the same thing again. And I think this phone has lasted better than any other iPhone that I've had. So I've currently got the iPhone, I think it's 14 Pro Max. And I have to say, usually with a mobile phone, as I'm approaching coming up to a new contract, I notice that the battery is going by about lunchtime, and that is not happening with this phone. It's still lasting all day. So I am really actually quite impressed for the first time with the battery life on my mobile. So I'm definitely, come May, going to be phoning up my provider and saying, okay, I know my contract's up, so how much will my phone bill be now? And hopefully it'll be about £20. And that'll be a massive saving per month of like 45 quid if it's £20. So I will be really, really pleased about that. So I phoned up and paid my mobile phone bill. And then the other thing that I've done is I have bought a Sainsbury's gift card for my food shopping. I think I've mentioned before that Aldi has been shut in my area and it is not due to reopen until mid-March. So I have used Sainsbury's for the whole of this year, really. So I bought £100 gift card and I did that through Top Cashback. So they've got a section at the top of the website which says top gift cards. So I went into that, and I did this last month as well, and I bought £100 gift voucher for Sainsbury's, and I earned £2 cash back by doing that immediately. So at least you're getting something back for nothing that you wouldn't get back if you did not use Top Cashback. So yeah, I tend to use that wherever possible for any online shopping, which I tend to do more online shopping than I do in store. I will always go through Top Cashback first to try and earn some money back on my purchases. And when I used to spend a lot of money, so going back before the last 2 years, the year before that, I started using Top Cashback. And also, if my husband bought anything or my grown-up son was still at home, if they bought anything online, everything was done through my Top Cashback. And I actually earned £500 and odd in a year. So it just goes to show that you really can earn some money through those cashback websites, especially with things that you don't normally think of doing. But insurance policies, you can earn a lot of money by taking insurance out. And all it means is going to the Top Cashback website, searching for the retailer or for Compare the Market or something like that. And you'll see all of the offers. If you were to put in life insurance, for example, or pet insurance, anything that you're going to buy online, have a look through your cashback website, because some of those give really, really big cashback amounts. So it's definitely worth looking at. Okay, so yeah, so we've got to sort out the sinking funds. Now, my sinking funds, which started afresh in January, have been completely depleted. And I'll tell you for why. I had a couple of overspends. So, for example, in January, so let's just hope the phone doesn't cut off again because the storage is full. Then you can tell I'm coming to the close of my contract when the phone is full. Okay, so I was saying my January sinking funds were completely depleted due to overspends. And the reason for that being, I had put £30 for, at the end, when I got paid at the end of January, I had put £30 in my socialising pot. Yeah, £30 I think I'd put in there. But I also had a lunch out with a friend, but I had something else to go to as well. And when I went for lunch with my friend, I thought, oh, I'm only going to be spending about 20 quid at Wagamama's for something to eat and a drink. And then when we got in there, my friend said, oh, shall we get some starters? And stupidly, I agreed. So we went halves on everything and we ended up spending £30 each. So that was all of the socialising money gone. So I was a little bit annoyed with myself over that. Thoroughly enjoyed the food, mind you, but, you know, it's not like I go out all the time, trust me, because I really, really don't. So that was that. And the other massive overspend that I had to drain other sinking funds for was because my kids had clubbed together and bought me a Strictly Come Dancing ticket to go and see that. And I went with one of my friends who hadn't driven there before. And basically the parking was £40, which I paid half of. I had to give her some petrol money, which of course I wanted to do naturally, and I had every intention of doing that. And then I hadn't eaten anything all morning, and she picked me up at lunchtime. We had the matinee one booked. We both hadn't eaten, wanted something to eat, and inside the stadium, paid £19 odd for burger and chips. And with a drink, I spent like 23 quid. So that was a really, really expensive day out for me. And I emptied sinking funds that I should not have emptied just to cover that expenditure, which was a real shame. So this month, my sinking funds, and obviously I've talked about these a little bit more in depth on other videos if you look back on my channel. But for me, the sinking funds that I will be putting money into for this month are birthdays. I haven't got any birthdays in March, but I have got 2 in April. So I'm thinking of putting, say, £25 in this month, and then when I get paid again at the end of March, so that I've got £50 for those 2 birthdays in April. Emergency fund, holiday fund, self-care fund. So the self-care fund will be things like makeup or any sort of personal, say like body products, because I tend not to throw things in the trolley in Sainsbury's. Like if I need a body lotion or a shampoo, I don't buy it out of my food budget. I do buy household stuff like toilet roll and cleaning products, but my personal items come out of my self-care fund each month. And then my other fund will be socialising. Trying to think what I've got coming up. I don't think I've got any lunches or anything booked at the moment for March, but that's not to say that I won't end up going out for lunch with a friend or meeting for a coffee or something like that. So yeah, so birthdays, emergency, holidays, self-care and socialising. So the money that I've got left over to live on, because I do the zero-based budget, so the money that is left after the fixed bills, the variable bills, both of those sets of bills are paid. The money that I've got left will be split amongst those sinking funds. And at the moment, I've got 5. So of course, as I've said previously in my other videos, you can have whatever sinking funds you want. If you're saving for something specific, then whatever, you know. If you've got pets, if you're saving for a wedding, you're saving for, you know, home decor or renovations, anything like that. And then back in January, not right at the very beginning, because I think it took a little while before I saw the advert for it, but I've done the 1p savings challenge before. So I don't know if you guys have heard of it. So you basically start on the 1st of January with 1 pence. On the 2nd of January, you save 2 pence. On the 31st of January, you would be saving 31p. And then on the 1st of February, it would be 32p. So you add a penny every single day as you go on. Okay. Now, Monzo did the 1p challenge, which I thought was really, really good, because I got halfway through the year last year and then I was running out of change, and I just wasn't doing it. And what I had got saved was really, really useful, because I did use it towards buying Christmas presents. So it was really handy, but I hadn't completed the whole year. So I was a bit sort of annoyed with myself, really. And I did think, well, I could do it online and put it into a pot in one of my accounts that have got pots in. And I thought, would I even remember to do that every day? Probably not. So I'm really pleased that Monzo have taken over that challenge and they're taking that money out every single day. I think you had up until the 31st of January to start it. But my advice with any savings challenge, you start whatever day you want to start. You know, as small as that is, that can add up to over 600 and something pounds in a year, you know, which is a really sizable amount of cash. And even if you start now, you're still going to have hundreds of pounds towards Christmas. So I definitely would recommend doing it if you can. So if you're someone that uses cash all the time and you've got a lot of change lying about, or you want to do a digital pot, start tomorrow with 1p. The next day 2p, the next day 3. And of course you're going to end up, you know, days where you're putting in £3.50 or something like that. But that's going to be much further down the line. So yeah, in the Monzo 1p challenge at the moment, I have got £13.43. So we're getting there slowly but surely towards that £600. So my February roundup, so now that we've done the payday routine with the fixed bills, the variable bills, and we know where we're going to put the leftover money into which sinking funds, and then it's time for my February roundup, which I did last month as well. Now this month, free samples, nil point. No freebies whatsoever. That's not to say that I haven't applied for any. I didn't see that many in January, and maybe that's why they've not filtered through into February. But I think I showed you guys last month sort of little perfume sample freebies and things that I just tend to see advertised on Instagram or Facebook. So I always apply for those. It's really handy and allows me to keep my best and expensive perfumes. I know people say don't keep things for best, but if I get perfume samples, I just wear those during the day. So no samples, no freebies at all. Vinted, again, nil point, my fault. Didn't put anything up for sale. Very naughty. Need to be getting on with that. Cashback from Top Cashback, I earned £3.15. And of course, if you're spending lots of money, you're going to earn lots of cash back if you're doing lots of online shopping. If you're not doing lots of online shopping because you're on a budget, you're not going to get lots of cash back. But I did stumble across something that I saw someone post about on Instagram. So if you go to Top Cashback, search for Skyscanner, go through to their website, and then I was clicking on flights, selecting any old flight in the world from, say, London Heathrow to, let's say, somewhere on my bucket list, Barbados. Putting that in your search, then going through to the search results and clicking on a flight that comes up. So it takes you to the supplier's website, whether that be BA or whoever. The cashback tracks. You get 26p for each search. So some of that £3.15 is because quite a few days I've done that. And some of it's already cleared and is payable, and some of it is still sitting in pending. But yeah, £3.15 cashback. Referrals this month was 0. I think last month I'd had a couple of Monzo referrals. They were doing £10 if you referred a friend, and that friend paid in at least £5 into their Monzo, I think it was, and did a £5 transaction, something like that. You got £10. So no referrals for anything this month. Amazon Shopper Panel, which again I've explained, that's an app. You have to upload your receipts. So I guess it's Amazon keeping track of the kind of things you buy, and they pay you 10p per receipt, which is not good because it never used to be like that. It used to be 10 receipts a month, earned you £5. Now you need 50 receipts a month to earn £5. So I've got a couple of friends who save me their receipts so that I can still get the £5. And I also had some surveys this month. So they sometimes have surveys pop up on that app also, and they pay like 45p for one question, which is really good. So my Amazon Shopper Panel for February, £6.80. So that sits there, and then the next time I do an Amazon order, that £6.80 automatically comes off whatever I buy. So some months I've got more than 1 month's worth of money sitting there to come off of my order, which is super handy. Airtime Rewards, which is another app that I use. It's a passive cashback app. And you get cash back. You upload your bank card, and then when you use that bank card, either online or in store at certain places like Boots, New Look, Argos, then it tracks and you earn money, which you can take off your mobile phone bill. Since I've been doing Airtime Rewards, and again, I don't spend a lot of money. I've got 40 odd pounds sitting in there to make a payment off of my phone bill at some stage. So I might even do that next month and use that up. Boots points, I did 1 drop of scan to recycle. And why did I do that? I'm trying to think what I bought. I needed to buy something because I never do it unless I need to buy something. Oh, it was hairspray. It was hairspray. So I bought hairspray, body lotion, and a sponge for the shower, for my body in the shower, not to clean the shower. Because when you do a scan to recycle drop, you get 500 points for free, but you have to spend £10. So I only did 1 drop in February, so I've got 500 points for that, which essentially is £5 in money. So I'm going to save up all my scan to recycle money, fingers crossed, throughout the year, and then I can use that at Christmas. That's the plan. But come summer, if I need some suntan lotion or something like that, that could all change. And I do always check Boots £10 Tuesday for offers. If I'm ever out of some skincare or something like that, I might use it. We'll see. We'll see. At the moment, the plan is to save that money for Christmas. And then other sales, we didn't have any Vinted, but Facebook groups I'm talking about. So I'm in groups that sell, you know, clothes of certain brands or skincare and makeup, that kind of thing. So I had some sales on Facebook, and after paying out postage, I made £31.74 in sales on Facebook groups. Food shop overspend was £5.89 on the month, so that wasn't too tragic. And then things that I spent my money on, which I've already said, Boots, the hairspray, the body lotion and the sponge, came to £12.79, and my Boots points were 500, and I also got Airtime Rewards on that. So the £1.28 I've got pending in Airtime Rewards, that Boots shop is part of that. Then I also bought a Starbucks coffee card, again through Top Cashback. They had a bonus day, and they often have these every couple of months, where you get £2 bonus for whatever you do on their website, whether you go through to, say, Marks and Spencer's and buy yourself a dress. So because I didn't want to spend a lot of money, I bought a £5 gift card for Starbucks. I got the cashback on that, which was, I think, only 9p or something, but I got £2 bonus on that. So you could say that Starbucks gift card cost me £3, really, or just under £3. And I met a friend for coffee the other day and used it, so all was good in the world with that. So also some earphones, which I used the last 2 months worth of Amazon shopper panel credit on my Amazon account went towards some earphones. Actually, I think they're in my pocket, because my others had stopped working in one ear. So I needed some new ones, which I think they're about £19. So I had 2 lots of Amazon shopper panel credit to come off, and they cost me £5.85. I wanted the actual Apple ones. The other thing, an unplanned but necessary purchase, my toaster gave up on me. So I had to buy a new toaster. So where I live, you've got nothing other than Argos, which is inside Sainsbury's. There's no Wilco's anymore, you know. So I looked on Argos. The cheapest toaster was £14. They had a code which was red20 online. I applied the code. That made the toaster £11.20. and I went through Top Cashback. So once I'd seen that I wanted the toaster from Argos, I then went onto the Top Cashback website, typed in Argos in the search, went through, found the toaster, applied the code, bought it through that way. I got 11p back on that in Top Cashback, got 11 pence back. I got the money off for the code, the discount code, which was red 20, taking it down from £14 to 11.20, and airtime rewards for Argos was 4%. So part of that airtime rewards money of 128 is also part of my new toaster. I had to buy 2 cards in Card Factory, had 2 birthdays, and that was £2.48. And I had to get a first class stamp for one of those, which I haven't written down how much the stamp cost me. It was 90 odd pence, I think. Should have checked that on my account. Then, yeah, £20 for one birthday. It was my son-in-law's birthday. I gave him £20. And I spent £3 on some free products from a company called Smol. S-M-O-L. And let me show you what I got. Now, I saw this thing advertised on Instagram, and it said it was free. So you've got, I don't know where that goes. That might go round that. And you've got a pump. So basically what it is, where is it gone? Should have been more organised. So it looks like you put this tablet in here, fill it up with water, put your pump dispenser on, and it's some kind of antibacterial hand wash that's not bad for the environment by the looks of things. What does it say? I'll place the grip around the recessed section of your bottle. Fill to the top of the grip with warm, not hot, boiling water. Pop in a tablet, screw on the pump and leave to dissolve for 1 hour. No stirring or shaking required. Twist the pump through 90 degrees to prime and get foam in. Wonderfully clean hands. No need to wet your mitts first. For best results, just pump the foam straight onto dry hands and lather into skin before rinsing. Over 80% of liquid soap is water, yet we have plenty of water already at home, so why ship it about? Our refill tablets stop this wasteful transport by the big brands. It's a great way to cut your carbon. It was free. It said you just got to pay for postage. But when I went on the website and selected that for free, there were some other things for free. And I have got here biological laundry capsules. Don't know how many are in them because I've not opened them. Can I open them now? No, it's going to take too long and I'm going to get in a state. I've tried to rip them open. So laundry capsules, and I think these are dishwasher tablets. So that was all free. You just had to pay £3 for postage. However, it is a subscription service. So I now need to go in. I better put that on my to-do list for tomorrow and cancel that subscription. But I got all of that for £3. So yeah, that was really worth it. So if you see that ad on Instagram or Facebook, wherever you may be, definitely grab it. I mean, I'd love to be using non-toxic, environmentally friendly products around the house, but the trouble is when you're on a budget, it's like with organic food, isn't it? Can't afford it. And it actually really annoys me that the less money you've got, usually you just haven't got access to buying the best produce. And that's a sad, sorry state of affairs, isn't it? And don't get me wrong, I do eat well, but hardly any of my food is organic. So, yeah, there you go. So, that is the roundup of spending, earning, and yeah, I think that's that's all I've got to talk about. I'm sure that's enough. So I will love you and leave you. Thank you for everybody who has liked my videos. Thank you to any new subscribers. It really, really is appreciated. And also the comments that I've had. I had a few on my bedroom tour. Again, really appreciate any comments, you guys. So yeah, it is just one of those things when you start out, isn't it? It's going to take time, and as I've said before, I've got no equipment. It's just me, my phone, talking about money, talking about cooking and saving money and, you know, living on a budget. That's what it's all about over here. So if that's the kind of thing you're into, or if you've got any special requests that any particular videos you would like me to do, or anything you would like me to talk about further, then just drop a comment down below and I will see what I can do for you. Also, please excuse the state of my hair. I cannot get a hair appointment for love nor money. I feel like my hair is way too long for my age. It needs a good inch off of it. But I can't get a hair appointment at the moment. My days off, my rotas don't work out with the days my hairdresser's working, or she's fully booked when I'm available, so on and so forth. And then I think she's got a holiday coming up. So yeah, I don't know when I'm going to get my hair done, basically. But hey ho, first world problems, right? I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.